I gotta be honest here. I really don't know what to say about this movie. What can I possibly say about Transformers 3, or any Transformers film for that matter, that hasn't been already said? Anything I could possibly say about Transformers Dark of the Moon, I've already said about the first Transformers, or about Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Now that being said, I've heard a couple critics say that this is the best of the Transformers movies. And you know what? I'm almost inclined to agree with them. There were parts of this film that had very good action. There were parts of this film that had very good special effects. But sadly, those parts of the film only take place in about the last 25 minutes. For the other 2 hours, nothing happens. All we get for those other 2 hours is the same lame jokes we've gotten for the past 2 movies, the same wooden performances we've gotten for the past 2 movies, and the same terrible writing we've gotten for the last 2 movies. Now granted, Michael Bay did learn from his mistakes and removed the ghetto bots from this movie, but the writing and dialogue certainly hasn't improved one bit. Now I'm sure some of you are saying, well, this movie isn't about dialogue, it's not about acting, it's not about performances, it's about action and special effects. Well, I would agree with you. The movie is about those things. But those things aren't put on the screen! We don't see those things until the last 25 minutes, with the exception of a couple minutes of Autobots footage at the beginning and the middle of the movie. Anything worth seeing is only at the end of this movie. And to get to the end, you have to watch 2 hours of bullshit. Oh, and by the way, for those of you looking for a plot summary of this film, here you go. A spaceship crashes on the moon. NASA discovers it. They send Apollo 11 to go find the thing. Cut to 40 years later, and it turns out the US government lied to the Autobots. The Autobots get pissed, discover one of their old ancient leaders by the name of Sentinel, who, strangely enough, is voiced by Leonard Nimoy. Wow, Leonard, are times really that tough? Anyway, they resurrect Sentinel. It turns out there's a way to bridge the world of Cybertron and Earth. You got some humans who are working with the Decepticons. The plot is no more contrived than any of the other Transformers movies. So at this point, it's just something you gotta live with. Other than that, I don't know what else to say about this movie. It's the exact same thing we've gotten in the previous 2 installments. There's the same bad writing, the same bad dialogue, the same bad performances, the same terrible jokes, but with the same good special effects and action. So, final rating. As for the critics who are saying that this is the best in the series, I really have no argument against that. As far as the action and special effects go, you could probably make a claim that this is the best in the series. But in response to that, I have this to say. I view this Transformers series as Michael Bay taking 3 massive dumps on all of the fans of Transformers. While this may be the prettiest and shiniest of those 3 pieces of crap, it is still a piece of crap. I'm going to give Transformers Dark of the Moon 2 stars. Some of you may be saying, well, that seems like a high rating for all the trash I've been talking about this movie. Well, it is. And if you remember, I gave Transformers Revenge of the Fallen 2 stars. And I don't see this movie being any worse or better than that one, so I'm gonna give it the same rating. If you liked the previous 2 movies, I'm sure you're gonna like this one. It's got all the stuff you liked from the previous 2 movies. So go in, have a good time. I insist you do, because this is the last chance you're gonna get to do it. Michael Bay has promised this is the last one in the series. And by God, I'm gonna hold him to his word. And one final thing I'll say is that I don't hate Michael Bay. There have been a few movies in the past I liked of his. I kinda liked The Rock. I liked Bad Boys. Hell, I even liked Bad Boys 2. That was a pretty good movie. And his style actually complemented those movies pretty well. But apart from that, there hasn't been much this guy's done that I've enjoyed. Ever since 2001, all Michael Bay has done is make bad horror film remakes, with the exception of Transformers and The Island back in 2005. So I'm both happy and afraid now that the Transformers series is over. With the way he's been remaking movies, I am horrified that he's going to remake something else soon. With Transformers now out of the way, he could easily set his sights on a Carrie remake, or Rosemary's Baby remake. Hell, I wouldn't put it past him to make a Shining remake. Be afraid, people. Be very afraid. So, take care.